Hey everybody, welcome to Out to Sea. My name is Tom. This is episode 5 of our 11 episode series here, where we are walking through how I take a 14-foot boat with a 20 horsepower tiller and have the ability to chase bluefin tuna, mahi, thresher sharks, and take it 15 miles offshore. My name is Tom, like I said. I am a lifetime fisherman. I worked on a fishing boat or ocean fluke fishing boat for 9 years. Avid spear fisherman, surfer, a lot of stuff in between and around it. So what we're going to be talking about today, and I apologize for the wind, it's a little breezy today, so I'll try to speak up a little bit loud so you can hear me. Obviously this is why I'm not on the water today, otherwise it would have been a beautiful day. Temperature's great up here. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about deck systems. So in space hacks, this is a 14-foot boat, limited with space, so you got to make every inch count. That's like the key. And I'm talking every inch, every little inch matters. So we're gonna walk through the anchor, we're gonna go through our stern boxes, and then we can talk about weight distribution and things like that. So let's start taking a look here. I'm gonna say the first one here, just bring my notes so I don't miss anything. The first one we can talk about is right here, which is our crate. Let me move the beanbag chair here. So this is where we store the poles, and sometimes I'll stick the gaff in there, but this is where I have my anchor line, right? So it's just a square crate. Take stuff out, I'll put my thermos and stuff in there. In this crate I have 600 feet of anchor line. Keep all the dock lines, the whole scrub brush in there. So I mean, it's just one place I can keep things organized. It's kind of almost like, say, a catch-all of just stuff, but it's a spot where you could, a lot of things that I don't want to put on top here on the deck. It just helps keep with a degree of organization, and then it allows me to keep 6 rods, right? So sometimes instead of, I mean, this is probably not the best place for a gaff right now, I'll stick the gaff underneath one of the boxes in the back just to get it out of the way so nobody's going to stick themselves. When we look at the PVC pipe here, that's all this is, right? I mean, again, a lot of this stuff, as I mentioned, a lot of it's temporary, so zip ties are not going to hold over time. Sometimes they'll have to be replaced. I make a lot of things out of wood. A lot of material that I already have I tend to use it. I mean, unless I need something special. The measurements, I can go into, maybe in other videos I can talk about the exact diameter of this. I don't know if this was like 1.5 or 1.75 inches. But one thing is that you also see this is beveled. Like, so if you cut pipe, just try to take like you could just even use sandpaper and just bevel that edge a little bit. It makes it a little bit nicer, easier to slip the poles in. It's a little bit more forgiving on the grips. So that is space hack number 1, is just those, just the crate here. The other thing too is, like, for the beanbag chair, what's also nice is that having that crate, I mean, everything's kind of situated in a way where everything kind of fits together. So this actually adds a little bit of support for the beanbag chair, which is always nice for the passenger, but we'll get into that in another episode. So going to the back here, I have these boxes. So these boxes, this little bit of a journey on these. That one was the first one that I created with the reason of my neighbor's doing some yard work, because I went spearfishing with my nephew and I didn't have a good way to get into the boat, because what you don't want to do is you want to come over the side and then fall into the boat. So I needed a flat surface there. So that was the reason for that original box, and I was like, oh, okay, well that's helpful. Let me add the second box. It allows me to put some rod holders in here, right? And so technically I control, and this is also what I use for trolling, right? So this is actually, you could put a lot of pressure on these. I mean, I've hooked up the bluefin tuna with rod holders in this and haven't had a problem. So these are bolted through, again, PVC pipe that has beveled edges. But typically I will troll 5 rods, even though I can troll 6. Usually it's like this rod, these 2, and then those 3. What you'll also see too is that these do have backstops. There is a gap there. If I didn't have those, when a fish were to grab it, it would tilt the boxes back and possibly lose the rod. So kind of going over here. So I mean, kind of the same thing on this side, just a different angle in the shade a little bit. So you can see underneath, they have little cubbies in them as well. This is where I keep my life jackets. And those jackets are actually from the Nassau Boat Show. Thank you, Nassau Boat Show. First, I think it was like the first 100 get life jackets, so pays to be early. And then the other one you see, and we spoke about this in another video, and let me get this net out, that's the 3-gallon gas tank. So have the 6-gallon, 3-gallon. But yeah, so life jackets, I don't want to put them here. Could fit them, but I want to save room for some of the other stuff. But the life jackets are still very accessible. The other thing I do too with this is I have little, I'll go on this side so the motor's not in the way, the bilge pumps, just to keep the hose in. Hey, garden hose. Like I'm the potential guy. It has potential. So this helps guide the hose. So if I do turn on the bilge pumps, it will shoot the water out the back. So those are some quick and easy DIY projects. Just box and just like put some arches in there just to make it a little bit more accessible, just make it more room. I guess, I mean, these are a bit heavy, so it does weigh the stern down a little bit. So that being the case, I have my extension there, which I spoke about in a previous video, that helps me sit a little bit forward. Yeah, and I think so. I guess the other thing is weight distribution. When we think about weight distribution on this boat, it's actually okay when I have it situated like this and I'm the only one on this side. But when I have somebody else on the boat on the port side, it kind of leans that side over. So really kind of the weight distribution, if I have that live well filled with water, it helps out a bit. And then I usually have ice and fish and kind of balances a bit. But yeah, I guess that is the hacks. And then I guess this box too, right? This is, spoke about this one in an earlier video. This allows me to give deck space, so I'm not putting my foot on the 6-gallon gas tank. So if I want to stand and put my foot on the that ridge there and then the foot there, totally doable. I can stand on these boxes too, not that I do it on the water. It gets a little dicey. But yeah, so I guess let's walk back over. I guess the other thing is, like, whatever else I need to put in here, I guess I could put another gas tank under there, but no need. I mean, I'm not going to use 90. I'm not going to go 90 miles on this boat in a single day. I think the record I did was 66. Yeah, so let's jump over here. All right, so that pretty much concludes our 5th episode here, where we are for our series here, where we're talking through how to have a 14 boat be able to tackle bluefin tuna, thresher sharks, mahi, take 15 miles out. Today we're talking about deck hacks. So we spoke about the boxes in the back. We spoke about the anchor, the crate for the rod holders for storage. And then we spoke about briefly the tanks covering the 6-gallon tank. So every inch is critical. If you can save space where you can, I mean, it can make a big difference. I would say the tip for today is don't overload your boat. I mean, it's great to have a bunch of stuff on it, but don't exceed the capability or your ability to plane. If you can't plane, it makes it very long and frustrating trip. But yeah, I guess like, subscribe if you want to hear more. We have episodes coming up on anything we haven't covered up to this point. But if you have any tips, any ways that you think I can improve here, I greatly appreciate it. It's a learning experience for myself. So yeah, I guess thanks so much and take care. Bye, everybody.